and to be stuck on the BART train, or to have to wait in line at the store for hours and hours and hours, or to have to wait on hold on the telephone. But I, through the beauty of NPR, have found a solution to this problem. I can be stuck in my car commuting, but at the same time be fascinated and educated and enthralled with arguably some of the best media programming out there. Because I have so enjoyed NPR over the years, I wanted to share a little bit about it with you tonight. So first of all, I'm going to talk about its history and some facts. Second of all, I'm going to talk about some of its programming and ways to access that programming. And thirdly, I'm going to tell you about maybe a couple of particular stories that I've listened to on NPR that have really moved me and even informed my choices for television watching and reading books, so that I didn't waste time on a bad TV show or a bad book. So first of all, some history and facts on NPR. NPR is a publicly and privately funded nonprofit media organization based out of Washington, D.C., and it actually started through an act of Congress in 1967, but didn't air its first program until April of 1971, when it covered the Vietnam War hearings, and in doing so established a precedent of reporting on historically and culturally important events. So fast forward to today, NPR's popularity and respect with its citizens has grown enormously. According to a 2017 Nielsen survey, weekly, currently NPR has 30.2 million listeners. And according to a 2005 Harris telephone survey, it is the most trusted and respected news media outlet in the nation. So, some more facts about NPR, if that doesn't encourage you to listen to it, are as follows. 54% of NPR's listeners are college educated above, so it's a very highly educated group of listeners, and 43% earn over $75,000 annually. So if you want to be highly educated and if you want to earn a good income, try listening to NPR. Secondly, I'm going to talk a little bit about NPR's program offerings and how to access them. Its two most popular shows are the morning show, Morning Edition, has about 14 million listeners a week, and the afternoon show, All Things Considered, also about 14 million viewers. But there are so many interesting programs on NPR. Is anybody a fan of TED Talks? Yeah, great content. NPR hosts a program called TED Talk Hours, which features various experts who have given TED Talks in the past, and they discuss a variety of fascinating topics. Anything and everything that you would want to know going on in the world of science, literature, research, whatever. There's also a very interesting show called Money Matters, which is about the economy, and another interesting program called How I Built This, which features successful entrepreneurs. And of course, my personal favorite, Fresh Air. Does anybody like Terry Gross? She's a straightforward interviewer who has some of the, and you kind of have to wonder it because this is public radio, she has some of the biggest movers and shakers in the world today on her show, from actors to writers to musicians. I just listened to an interview by Elton John commuting last week. You can access NPR through a variety of platforms other than the radio. NPR has a strong social media presence with 4 million Facebook followers. And I like to go to its Instagram page and see what's going on in terms of its podcasts for the week, and then go to the website and listen to my podcasts accordingly. So finally, I'm going to tell you about a couple particular interesting shows that I listen to, which inform some other decisions for how I use my time. I bought a memoir based on a show I listened to called My Lobotomy. And the show was about a man in the late 50s, when he was 12 years old, who was given a lobotomy because he was rebellious. As he grew up, he started to research his own medical history and find out why this happened to him. And he got in touch with NPR, and NPR sponsored him to go around the country and interview other people who had been affected by lobotomies in the United States. Another program I recently listened to was an interview with the director of the movie When We See Us, which is a movie about the Central Park Five, 5 teenage boys who were wrongfully convicted of assaulting and raping a jogger in Central Park and have since been vindicated. Excellent movie. So, in conclusion, that is the beauty of NPR. You can educate yourself, you can be fascinated at the same time, and you can be certain that you're doing good for yourself. Because I believe, just like what we eat affects our body, what we put in our mind affects our intellectual well-being. So rest assured that NPR is good for you, and that's the beauty of it. Thank you.